we're going to hear from a partner and our customer. The customer is BASF and Hupdata, our partner. They're going to talk about automated risk assessment and how they're using Knime and WebPortal for complex simulation scenarios where risk toxicology expert quickly see the results. So I would like to welcome both from Hupdata, which is our partner in Brazil. We have Roberto Caffaor. He's a data analytics lead, and he's going to help me introduce Danilo Nato from BASF. Welcome, Roberto, go ahead.
Thank you very much. Hello all. Thank you, Cynthia. We at Hupdata want to thank Knime for the solid partnership and also for the opportunity to be here on the summit to present this case with BASF. It's interesting that small businesses can help large companies to achieve their strategic goals. And we want to thank BASF for the opportunity of working together. And this opportunity came through Danilo Nato, which is the head of data innovation at BASF. And hi, Danilo. I'd like to ask you to tell us a little more about BASF's strategy on data for Latin America and to present us the platform that we have built together.
Hi everyone. Thank you so much for having me here. I'm very happy and excited. Let me share my screen. I have prepared some slides that I'd like to share with everyone. So again, very happy to be here. Today we're going to talk a platform that we have built. It's called Risk Assessment Platform. It's important to know that I'm from BASF, for Crop Science Division, and for Latin America. Okay. So before we talk about RAP, I'd like to explain a little bit about what is the strategy for data and analytics that is being developed in BASF Latin America. For us, we have our principles. The principle of a data-driven company is to drive knowledge across the company, tools to make people, no matter the expertise, to take data as trust foundation for business decision. This is where Knime and Knime WebPortal comes into the place. We're driving knowledge. We're coaching the business owners to understand data, understand the concept of analytics, the data science. And Knime, for example, the WebPortal with guide analytics is helping us on this data-driven journey. And then we start about our project, Risk Assessment Platform. What is this platform? Is it about at the end? RAP is an automated risk assessment platform that delivers complex regulatory analysis and scenarios bringing forward to strategic decisions for product portfolio managed by toxicologists experts. So this is the platform that we have developed, but why we have developed this platform? Everything must be a reason. And there's this new law, regulatory law in Brazil that takes into consideration the dangers of people's exposure of the agrochemicals. In other words, we have to measure the impact of our product for the human being, and if our product is safe or no. And then we have a couple challenges. One of them is the data that I would like to ask Roberto to talk about the challenge that the data that we had.
Yes, this new law is projected for 2021 in Brazil, and up to now, the regulation focuses only on the hazard of the chemical. So it's a quite simplified risk assessment. But now the regulation is going to be, the new regulation is going to focus also on exposure. So the risk will be a function of the hazard of the active ingredients and also on exposure. And data on exposure is way more complicated because it depends on the amount handled. And the amount handled will depend on the dose that is applied to a given crop, and one product can be applied to many different crops in different doses, and can have many types of application equipments, like it could be applied by an aircraft or a tractor, or even by a backpack. And also you have the roles of the workers, like you can be only mixing and loading the product, or you can be actually applying it. It's a function of the area, like the total area that can be treated on a given day. So you have all this information on the label, and all this information have to be retrieved, so we can see all the different possible combinations and scenarios, and each one will disclose a different risk. So before, the experts were calculating like the risk for one product, and now they are calculating the hundreds of combinations for one given product. So it demands a lot of time from these experts, and it only made sense to build this platform that automated this risk assessment.
Yes, and the most important, after all this hard work, we got to come out with actions, strategies, product strategy, how we're going to mitigate the risk, and how we're going to do it is with this scenario, with shorthand, and then we come out with the project idea. Let's build in a platform based on Knime, where Knime will first integrate all the relevant data sources to the risk assessment. And then we call REM, Regulatory Information Management. It's where all the data is in one place, integrate and ready to be analyzed. And then we create an engine to calculate the several math algorithms in order to process the risk assessment of all product portfolio that we have. And with this, we come out with I would say 1 million of risk scenarios. And then we have the challenge, how are we going to show the results of the risk scenarios of the whole portfolio in an easy way. And then we come out with the integration with Tableau to develop, and we have developed this risk metrics dashboard that in a strategic way, and in one page we have the full product of risk assessment portfolio in a strategic way. And then we can dive, when we choose one product, in a tactical way to see where's the risk, where's the offender, and then we can dive in and to see in line per line the results and the score of the risk assessment. And then we want to go further. We want to give real intelligence to this platform, is where a guide analytics comes into the place, where we created and risk assessment scenarios for the toxicologist expert. So they access to the Knime portal, they choose the way they want to simulate the scenarios, they choose that product that he saw in Tableau, for example, that is very high in risk. They choose that project, they start to work with variables. For example, the dosage of a label, which is 10, can reduce for 8, and he runs the service and WebPortal and see the results of it, and try to see how we can mitigate the risks. Any comment, Roberto?
Yes, Danilo, if I may. I think Knime was a very good choice because of its flexibility, because when we needed to display thousands upon thousands of data points, we could use Tableau, but when we needed the input of the experts, like on the simulation that you have just mentioned, then WebPortal and guided analytics was perfect. And not to mention that now we have also put together on the web portal an automated report for the regulatory agencies. So now all the numbers can be crunched into the report that it will make the life of the experts way easier than before. So yes.
Yes, and it's a good point that this is how we want to create data-driven organizations, giving knowledge.
And Danilo, I have a question.
Yes?
So now that you have this in Brazil, would be easy for BASF to replicate in other countries that have the same type of issues and regulatory standards?
Yes, I would say would not be so easy, but not be hard. We are in discussion to do a global rollout and using this platform. The problematics are pretty much the same in the regions, Europe, Asia, and North America. So, and right now we're starting a second wave. Our second wave is based on diet. How we're gonna measure the food, the impact of the risk. We're gonna have a risk assessment on the food, and we're expanding the platform.
Excellent. That's great. Very great use case. I love to see how Knime is being used in different industries and how we can help solve different issues. I learned a lot from you, our partners and our customers. Greg, any questions?
I have one. So because this is being used in a regulatory framework, are there validation requirements on the algorithms in the back? Do you have to keep track of versioning and make sure that you can reproduce results from run to run and version to version?
If I may, Danilo, right now the law hasn't been in place yet, so we still don't know which would be the specific requirements. We are making all these calculations based on an expert panel that was put up in Brazil over the last years that were supposed to help the legislators. But once the law is in place, then I'm sure we'll need to have something to go along these lines of what you mentioned. I don't know if you agree, Danilo.
Yeah, and the versioning part of the algorithm, which is we maintain, which is validated until now. As the law is being in process of improvement, it might change, and then we will adjust the platform.
Thank you for that. Cynthia, do I have time for one more, or should we move on?
I think we can have one more.
Okay, you're deploying this in a very complicated environment, and I wonder how you're training, what the expertise level of your final users is, and how you're training them to use the guided analytic application.
Good question. I think the good part of our project, we have built this together with the toxicology expert. So from the beginning, they understood everything we did, and as we were moving forward on the project, we showed them and we helped them to understand. So it was very easy to adapt to the technology, and right now they're on their own as well. They're actually doing presentations globally, regionally. So yeah, they're independent now. So it was pretty easy.
Thank you.
Thank you, Greg. Thank you, Roberto, Danilo. We really appreciate this time and the opportunity that to show you your use case.